Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So here is my spoiler review for The Walking Dead's season 11 premiere. Now, what I'm going to be doing with these is this is my general review, my spoiler review of the episode. We're going to talk about things that happen and all that. But next Sunday, when it actually premieres on cable, I'm going to be going very, very in depth on the episode. And so I'm still going to be posting a review, a spoiler review, but it's just going to be a very in-depth spoiler review. It'll be out as soon as the episode is over. That's kind of how I'm planning on doing this right now, because the episode does come out a week early. It feels weird for me to not watch it, not talk about it when I could actually watch it a week early. And it's really weird for cable people. I wish all of us can watch it all at the same time, but it's just kind of what they're planning on doing with this. But there's a lot here to talk about, so I'm definitely going to get into this right away. First of all, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. I do want to say, though, that I apologize for my audio. I listened to it afterwards, and it's actually picking up my webcam audio and not my actual microphone here. I have the Shure SM7B. It's not picking it up at all. I was listening to it afterwards, and it sounds horrible. Definitely, I apologize for that. I guess that explains why it sounded like shit, but next Sunday it'll definitely be better. There's definitely a learning experience doing that. It was fun. But yeah, next week, definitely I'll work on some more improvements. So if you are new to the channel and you do want my reviews on all of this, then make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. I will be doing a trailer breakdown for episode 2 coming out later on today, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's just get into this. So really cool opening sequence. The opening sequence was actually very long. Seemed like it was about 10 minutes until the opening credits rolled. And the whole opening sequence was them exploring this military base and finding nothing really. There was some stuff there, but they still don't have enough food. And now that's basically the setup here early on, is that they don't have enough food in Alexandria. They only have enough food for another week. And so that's not a lot. People are going to start to die. People are going to start to starve and leave. Alexandria is in a really bad place right now, which I find really interesting. And I will say that that is one part that I actually do like about it, is that you do feel like Alexandria is done. It's really weird. Alexandria doesn't feel like it used to, where this was a real place where people lived. It feels like everyone's just kind of hiding out now. There's not enough food. And I mean, the Whisperers destroyed so much, and they still have to go back to the hilltop too. So they're in a state right now where they have to rebuild everything. And I mean, I think they're going to be able to do it. I don't know. I think the Commonwealth is going to have to come in and save them. But the opening sequence, I have to go through it again, and I'll do it for my in-depth spoiler review to see if there's any differences. But the only difference I noticed was dog, and that was just based off of watching it once. So that's interesting. We do learn some new information about where Maggie was from, and she is from this base called the Meridian. And I guess that's the name of the Reaper's base as well. They took over Maggie's old home, forced Maggie and her people out, and I guess that's kind of why they came back to Alexandria. On top of, I mean, obviously Maggie saw that note and learned that they were dealing with this group called the Whisperers. All these people died. And I will say it's actually one thing that's a little interesting, that there's been no reaction to what happened to Jesus, Tara, and Enid, but I don't know if there's really a way that they can actually get into that right now. I think if Maggie goes back to the hilltop, then I think that's where she's going to mourn their deaths and then go see Glenn and all of that. So Maggie going back to the hilltop, I'm definitely really excited for that. I hope it happens soon, but I imagine it's going to happen in a few episodes from now. But the mission in this episode, and really what sets them off, and then they get into it right away within the first 10-15 minutes, they have to go to Maggie's old base that the Reapers took, and they have a lot of food and supplies and a lot of stuff there. The only thing is the Reapers are there. They are very dangerous, and it's gonna be a lot for them to actually take all of that. And obviously with the Reapers, there's gonna be some other surprises, because we know that Leah's gonna be a Reaper. There's all that stuff. That stuff's not in this episode, but we know we're building to that right now. The lightning storm, really cool. You're gonna see this really amazing thunderstorm, and it looked really cool. Very, very dark. It was raining a lot. It was actually very different than the storm we got in season 5. Visually, it looked a lot better. I think it's probably because it was shot digitally, right? So there's that. But they definitely couldn't have stayed up there. If you saw how bad the storm was, how bad that rain was, there was no way in hell they were going to stay up there. It was just way too dangerous. So that's the part I was worried about. I wanted to see how bad the storm was, because really, if you're just scared of lightning, I don't know. You guys, there's more threats around, right? You guys should be fine. But no, there's so much rain. There's just fog. It's so dark. It's a really bad storm. I mean, it makes sense as to why they went underneath. So I like the fact that it makes a lot more sense. Before we talk about Negan and Maggie, because that's the big part of this episode, I want to actually go back to the Commonwealth and touch on that. So we do meet those new characters. I believe one of the names is Clark and the other one is Evans. They are auditors of the Commonwealth. And in this episode, you do meet, you don't really learn a lot about the Commonwealth. You don't learn anything. You just see them interviewing them. And I guess just like they said, they're going through level 1 assessment. If they're approved, they'll go through level 2 assessment. And then from there, just kind of, and the questions, really cool. I love that scene. It gets really personal. Like, it gets very, very personal to the point where they are asking some really ridiculous questions. I won't go too much into spoilers there in terms of what they actually get into there. But if you've watched the episode, really crazy. I mean, I can't believe they asked them those questions. I really like that, though. It really does add a lot to what the Commonwealth is doing. And you know, there's a lot of privacy issues there, definitely. We do hear Mercer talk, so that's really cool. Mercer actually talks with Ezekiel first. He doesn't have that many lines of dialogue, but he is in the episode. He's mostly just staring him down. But he does have a line of dialogue. Ezekiel's just like, oh, like, why are you staring at me? You seem like you're in charge. And then I think Mercer says something like, yeah, I am in charge. He just stands there like a boss. But Michonne is also mentioned by Eugene. Michonne's mentioned by name, which is really cool. But I guess they don't know that Michonne's gone yet, right? Like, none of them know that. They do get to the Wall of the Lost. That storyline does happen right away. And that is basically where it ends off, is they're able to escape because Princess realizes that the guards are doing stuff so they can get away. So they get away, but Yumiko comes across the Wall of the Lost. And she actually finds her name, and she finds out her brother Tommy is there, just like everything that we've known from the trailer and information that we got. And that's where we leave off here. Yumiko says, I need to stay. I have to stay here. So they had a chance to leave, but obviously Yumiko saw that and was like, I gotta stay here. So they're all gonna stay here. I don't know about everyone. No, I guess not everyone, because there's some shots that we saw in the trailer that we actually didn't get yet. So they are probably going to stay. But again, I'll do a trailer for episode 2, or a trailer breakdown for episode 2 right after this. But in terms of what we got from the Commonwealth, I'm okay with it. Again, this is a 2-part premiere. There was nothing too crazy there, but I imagine with what we got there, they're going to build on it a little bit more. And we'll see what they give us in episode 2. Episode 3 and on, I'm really hyped for, but a good start here, I would say, for the Commonwealth arc for sure. But now let's get into the really good part of the episode, and that is the stuff between Negan and Maggie. And I wasn't expecting this shit to be this good. First of all, Negan is pretty frustrated with the way Maggie's been treating him. I mean, Maggie has a right or a reason to do that, and Negan also has a right, I guess, and a reason to be frustrated with it, right? And he completely calls her out. He says, like, she's playing dictator over there. I'm on her mind. I'm in her mind rent free. And so that's all she's thinking about right now is me, and not, we're all following her, but we're going to get ourselves killed here. And oh man, Maggie gets really dark here and just threatens to kill Negan during this scene, but they really build up a lot of tension here. It gets really insane. And then that's kind of where things people start to believe, like, Negan really just kind of, he stands his ground, and he really shows a lot of leadership skills here, which I feel like makes everyone really uneasy, because obviously you wouldn't want him to be the leader, but some people actually listen to him because he is right. Again, like, if I was to label an MVP of the episode or MVP character of the episode, it would be Negan easily. He's like front and center of the entire episode. He's definitely the lead main character of the episode. But shit hits the fan right at the end there, and Dog runs off. Daryl's gonna be off on his own. That scene that we saw of Daryl on his own, that's definitely from episode 2. It's gonna be from early on. He's searching for Dog, and we'll see where that goes. All the Reaper stuff, I'm guessing that is from episode 2. That seems to be from episode 2, and so I'm excited for next week's episode, because I guess we're going to really get into that right away, right? But the big cliffhanger here, and yes, this episode does end on a cliffhanger. Maggie was trying to escape. Oh, they're all trying to escape. Negan was in a safe position. He was on top of a train car, and no walkers were coming at him. Maggie was trying to get up and actually get on top of the train car, but she was having a hard time because walkers were pulling at her legs. She could have fallen, and she did fall into the walkers, but it doesn't mean that she's going to die, because obviously she doesn't. Negan, though, has a chance to save her, And he decides, no, I'm not going to save her. I'm going to let her die. Cause I think if I let Maggie die, then it's better for me. And I couldn't believe it. When I saw that, I could not believe that he actually did that. Like as if Negan actually did something like that. Like that is the most insane thing ever. Now shit's going to get started between the two. Like for sure. There's no way in hell that it's just going to go all peacefully between the two. Maggie is going to remember this. There is going to be some drama here, some fight between the two, and I can't believe it ended like that. But anyways, overall, this episode, I really enjoyed it. It definitely was a really great premiere. I would put this in the upper half and the better half out of all the seasons of premieres. A really great premiere. Again, I definitely, I mean, in terms of the cliffhanger, I figured it was going to happen. It was a good cliffhanger, though, because we know she's going to be fine, but it was a good cliffhanger. I wish that this was a 2-part premiere. It is, but like I wish we could watch episode 2 right away. I just want to get into that. But I mean, yeah, with that last scene there, we're kind of left sitting with that now for another week. And I mean, it seems like that could be a little misleading, but I mean, obviously Maggie's going to survive somehow. I think they're going to get in the train car, and then Maggie's going to be pissed off and look at Negan and be like, why the hell did you do that? And I don't know why she's not going to kill him. Maybe he tries to escape. I don't know what's going to happen there, but yeah, I can't wait. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here. If you've watched it, post your thoughts down below, and also stay tuned for my episode 2 trailer breakdown coming out very soon. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.